Hey everybody, I want to welcome you to Desert Sky Mystic. Today we're going to be doing our September 2022 reading for Scorpio. And okay, so this is our 10-minute tarot series, which just basically means I try to keep all our readings right around that 10-minute mark. This is a general reading, so it may not apply to everybody, but if it resonates with you, please make sure to like the video. That helps us out quite a bit. And yeah, that's what I got for housekeeping items. Let's go on and jump right in and see what the month of September has for our Scorpio friends. Okay, Scorpio, so we have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is going to be a card of, release and letting things go and moving on and just kind of shedding whatever it is that's been, kind of on you and bugging you and just really releasing there. We do have a cross cards as well of the Six of Cups, which is a nostalgic card, as memories. And, you know, normally I think to me, that always seems like such a positive card, because it's kind of like those memories of your childhood and the things that make you happy and things along those lines as well. But in this particular scenario, I almost get the real sense that it's the memories of the past that you're trying to let go of here, that you are letting go of. I mean, this is the month you're walking away, you're releasing them. You're finally had, enough is enough. And I think that part of that has just been, I don't think that's probably been whatever. If you're trying to release them, my guess is it wasn't pleasant, or perhaps, there's a loss here, and those pleasant memories are now sad memories for you that have been kind of holding you back for a while. But whatever that is for you, I think that this is a real journey of finding balance within yourself. We do have the Justice card here, which can be read a lot of different ways. But for this particular reading and what I'm getting intuitively, I mean, I'm just really being drawn to the balance of the cups and the balance between the two kind of personalities here almost, and just really finding balance and finding out how do you move on. How are you going to move forward? How are you going to move on here, and let whatever that was go and just stay in the past. At least for now, it's just time to move on. And we do have the Page of Pentacles. And that's explorations, checking out new things. It's curiosity about new things. A pinnacle is material type stuff, worldly stuff, money, finances, possessions, things along those lines. So, I mean, there's a kind of a curiosity and moving on to something new in your material world. This kind of some energy that's coming in. We also have the Four of Pentacles here as well, which is kind of interesting because I don't really feel like this reading, I'm not really getting the energy of like this is a career thing or anything like that. Or maybe it's almost more like a relationship that you need to move on from. That it's not necessarily like bad, but you're just been kind of hung up on it, or hung back, but held back by it from moving on. In the Four of Pentacles, in this particular scenario, I really get the sense that we're moving away from this energy. And as you can see here, she's holding on tight to this purse. And this is really about, to me, it's a call to basically say, it speaks to the idea that we don't want to hold on too tight, that that's not going to help us move forward. It's not going to help us grow. We'll just stay stagnant with whatever we're in. So within this particular reading scenario, I think it's really, we're moving away from that, and which makes sense because you're letting go here. You are moving on. You're moving on. You're finding new things. You're finding that balance, and you're letting the past stay the past. And then we are moving into an energy of creation. Creation maybe with somebody else. Now this could be a relationship. It could just be something new that you're experiencing, a new path that you are wanting to take to become a new person. But I do find myself drawn actually to, the hand holding here, and this new stuff where two people are to come together again, that creation. So I'm also seeing this Knight of Cups over here, we'll get you to in a minute. But yeah, so I mean, I kind of get in a relationship by that as actually, especially, I don't know, the Six of Cups isn't really, I mean, it's not like, the lover's card or anything, but for whatever reasons, it's almost kind of like you're wanting to let go of these things that made you happy once upon a time, but they no longer do that for you. They're memories that this is no longer around, and enough is enough. It's time to move on and move on with life and get into something new. So, I think this probably is some sort of relationship related issue, just kind of as we are moving through the cards and the energy here. I do feel like that you know what you don't want. I'm not 100% sure. I don't get the sense that you know exactly what you want at this point, but I get the strong feeling that you know what you don't want. I think you know what you want in terms of what you want to leave behind. I don't know if you at this point in time know exactly where you're heading or what your future looks like or what you want your future to look like. You just know that you want it to be different. You want this stuff to stop holding you back. You want to move beyond this, whatever this was back here for you. And I think you're feeling very sure of yourself and confident. And the decision was, you know, even if you were, holding yourself back for a while, I wasn't sure. There was a point where it may have been almost even a sudden thing. I mean, I keep getting drawn here to this sharpness of this blade, and I'm getting this like cutting, this cutting type feeling out of this. Like it was like one day you woke up and said, "Okay, that's it. I'm done. Enough is enough. It's time to move on." And it was a very sudden thing, clear thinking thing, where you just said, "Okay, I'm done." I don't want to say moping or whatever, but there was just a clear line drawn. One day it was one way, the next day something new. And it's not that it's not painful. It's not that, this stuff is that easy, but, it's the dress for success thing. You made the decision. Now you're going to play it out and then see where we go from there. And the other thing I get out of that is this Eight of Pentacles, which a lot of times is a card of building skills and working on stuff and improving things. But I think in terms of relationship, that's exactly what's happening. You're working on it still. You're moving forward and you're getting better. So to me, that is very much in line with the Eight of Pentacles. Pentacles tends to be more material type things, but if this emotion, if this stuff has affected you, your material world, and perhaps that's it. Perhaps you were stuck on something, and and again, I don't even know that this is a breakup. Maybe this was a loss of somebody that you were extremely. Maybe it was a loss of a spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, somebody close in your family. I mean, that could have been as well. That has now also affected your material world too, in that you've had a very hard time thinking about anything else, as you kind of work through this energy. So I do get this as a deal where you are working on yourself, you're working on the world around you, and you're moving forward. What's kind of interesting about this is I do see this Knight of Cups kicking in. And, this is, I mean, even the card shows it's kind of like a romantic thing coming in. And, but what's funny about it is I see this coming in, but I don't see this being much interest when you actually run into it. It's too soon, but it's nice. It helps move you forward, and you're not. I get the idea and the sense and the feeling that you're very honest about where you're at with this person who's bringing this energy in. But it's one of those deals to where it's like you're not ready, but gosh, it sure was nice to feel kind of wanted for a little bit or whatever. And it helps move you in a positive direction. It helps with some of that healing. It helps you understand where you're trying to go, as you kind of work on yourself and move forward here. And then we have the Ace of Wands to kind of wrap this up. And the Ace of Wands, I really like this card, especially with this reading, because it's a new energy, it's a new focus, it's a new way of looking at things and moving forward here. So I do believe that although this has been kind of this doesn't feel like it's a good place to be in. I don't, when I think about this, I want to give you a hug. I want to say I'm sorry that you're dealing with this. The nice thing about this, though, is as you start working on this and start moving through this, I think there's some good stuff here. coming in the near future. Next, gosh, I want to say next 2 months or so is what pops into my head when I'm thinking about kind of a timeline here on when some of this starts to break for you and move forward. And I think depending on who's watching, I think you're going to be at different spots here, but I still think it's the same overall message. And I think that, depending on where you're at in this process, I still think over the next couple months, you're really going to be making some movement into this more positive energy, or towards the end of this positive energy, and leaving this behind once and for all. So Scorpio, that's what I have for you for the month of September. I hope this has been helpful. If this video resonates with you, please like it. And then if you haven't yet, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you, and it helps us out quite a bit as well. So yeah, thank you once again for watching, and we will see you next time.